Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you back to another edition of Celebrity Stories series. Today's story is Mr. Tyler Perry. Mr. Tyler Perry was born on September 13th, 1969 in New Orleans, Louisiana. He had a difficult childhood, suffering years of abuse. In 1992, he directed, produced, and starred in the musical I Know I've Been Changed. His 2000 play, I Can Do Bad All By Myself, brought to life the character Medea, who would later headline the string of successful films. Perry has also developed several television shows, including House of Pain, and acted in such films as Alice Cross in 2012, Gone Girl in 2014, and Vice in 2018. In 2019, he announced the opening of the $250 million Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. Born Emmett Perry Jr. on September 13, 1969 in New Orleans, Louisiana, Tyler Perry has forged a highly successful path in the entertainment industry. One of 4 children, he had a difficult childhood, suffering years of abuse at the hands of his carpenter father. He once described his father as a man whose answer to everything was to beat it out you. Perry also had problems outside the home, as he later admitted he was sexually abused by 4 different adults. At one point, Perry attempted suicide in an effort to escape his difficult situation. At 16, he changed his first name to Tyler to separate himself from his father. Perry dropped out of high school, but he eventually earned his GED, trying to find his way professionally. He held a series of unfulfilling jobs before discovering his true passion. Watching an episode of Oprah Winfrey's talk show, Perry was inspired by a comment on the program about how writing about difficult experiences could lead to personal breakthroughs. He started a series of letters to himself, which became the basis for his musical I Know I've Been Changed. While the show tackled such tough subjects as child abuse, it also touched on forgiveness, a theme which has remained central in many of his works and reflects his deep connection to his Christian faith. After saving up $12,000, Perry debuted the show, which he directed, produced, and starred in at an Atlanta theater in 1992. His musical's run lasted only 1 weekend and drew a measly 30 people to see the show. Disappointed, yet determined, Perry continued to work odd jobs while reworking the show. He staged the show in several other cities, but success still eluded him. Broke, Perry was living out of his car for a time. Can you imagine a 6'5" man sleeping in the Geo Metro? He once told Essence magazine. In 1998, Perry tried one more time to win over theater audiences. He rented out the House of Blues in Atlanta for another production of I Know I've Been Changed. Soon Perry was performing to sell out crowds, and the musical was moved to a larger theater. After so many years of hard work, he had finally earned critical acclaim as well as commercial success. For his next project, Perry worked on the adaptation of evangelist T.D. Jakes' book Women That Are Loose, which proved to be quite popular. His next effort, however, brought to life his most famous character, Medea, the gun-toting, sharp-tongued grandma first appeared in his 2000 play, I Can Do Bad All By Myself, basing Madea on his mother and several other mature women in his life. Perry played the eccentric character, himself wearing drag. She next appeared in The Diary of a Mad Black Woman in 2001, developing quite a following. Madea featured in a number of plays, including Medea's Family Reunion in 2002 and Medea's Class Reunion in 2003. Perry toured extensively with his shows. According to his website, 35,000 people a week saw one of his shows in 2005. That same year, Perry proved himself to be a box office powerhouse with the release of the debut film Diary of a Mad Black Woman, starring Kimberly Elise as the scorned wife and Steve Harris as the adulterous husband. Perry appeared as 3 different characters in the film, including the legendary Madea, eventually grossing more than $50 million. The film's success showed Hollywood that there was a market for urban African-American comedies. Perry's play continued to make a successful leap to the big screen. He took on a leading role in Medea's Family Reunion in 2006, a film he also directed and produced, which brought in more than $63 million at the box office, establishing his own studio in Atlanta that year. He launched his first television series, House of Pain, on the TBS network, starring Cassie Davis and LaVan Davis. The sitcom featured a multi-generational African-American family. Back on the big screen, Perry continued making films about family, morals, and overcoming adversity. Daddy's Little Girl starred Idris Elba, a father whose fight to regain custody of his 3 daughters with help from a lawyer played by Gabrielle Union. And Why Did I Get Married? Tyler explores the relationships of several married couples. The large cast included singer Jill Scott and Janet Jackson, as well as Perry sans his Madea costume. He then wrote and directed Meet the Browns in 2008, starring Angela Bassett as a single mother who takes her 2 children to meet her father's family after his death. The project was adapted for a TV sitcom the following year. Perry's next film release, The Family That Prays, in 2008, starred Kathy Bates and Alfred Woodard as 2 longtime friends who try to heal their broken families. In 2009, Perry released the hit film Madea Goes to Jail and also had a small role as Admiral Barnett in Star Trek. That same year, he wrote, directed, and appeared as Madea in I Can Do Bad All By Myself, which co-starred Taraji P. Henson. Also, in 2009, Perry teamed with Lee Daniels and Winfrey to produce Precious, a drama adapted from the novel Push by Sapphire. The Oscar-nominated film was directed by Daniels and starred Gabrielle Sidibe. In 2010, Perry directed a film version of For Color Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough, based on a 1975 play. Perry continued to make successful films in the Madea franchise, including Medea's Big Happy Family in 2011, Medea's Witness Protection in 2012, Madea Christmas in 2014, the animated Medea's Tough Love and Boo, a Madea Halloween in 2016. With the announcement he was retiring the wisecracking grandma, Perry delivered the 11th and final installment of the series in 2019 with a Medea's Family Reunion. Perry's other credits as an actor include the title role of the crime drama Alex Cross in 2012, the romantic dramas Good Deed in 2012, and Temptation, Confessions of a Married Counselor in 2013, and the comedy drama The Single Moms Club in 2014. Additionally, he enjoyed a supporting role in the acclaimed thriller Gone Girl in 2014, starring Ben Affleck, and played Baxter Stockman in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows in 2016. Perry also launched several TV series during this period, including Love Thy Neighbor, The Haves and the Have-Nots, For Better or For Worse, If Loving You Is Wrong, and The Pains. Returning to directing, Perry helmed the psychological thriller Acrimony and the Tiffany Haddish romantic comedy Nobody's Fool in 2018, while also appearing that year as a former Secretary of State, Colin Powell, in Vice. In 2019, he was set to debut 2 new shows on BET, Sisters and The Oval. In October 2019, the entertainment mogul announced the grand opening of the $250 million Tyler Perry Studios on the site of a former 330-acre Confederate military base in Atlanta. The studio had already been in use while under construction, with features like Black Panther and series like AMC's Walking Dead filmed there. Adding to his already dynamic career, Perry wrote the 2016 best-selling book, Don't Make a Black Woman Take Off Her Earrings, Medea's uninhibited commentaries on love and life. The book went on to win 2 Quill Awards, Book of the Year, and Best in Humor. His second book, Higher is Waiting, in 2017, touched more on spiritual issues and the importance of family. In conclusion, Tyler Perry is legendary. He's iconic. Tyler Perry's story shows us that even if you get knocked down once or twice, you must continue to get up and brush yourself off and continue to strive. Tyler Perry went from homelessness, staying out of his car, to packing out theaters with thousands and thousands of people and become a billionaire. Tyler Perry's story should motivate us all, and the impact he has made on our culture should be remembered for years. I thank you all for viewing, and until the next episode.